This is the first ever AT4 Ultimate. And for 2025, the Yukon was refreshed. I borrowed this SUV from Jerry Seiner, Buick GMC here in South Jordan, Utah. Be sure to ask for Bryson if this does become available. Let's go and check out the window sticker. At the very top is a description with the colors. So this is Onyx Black. And then here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause. Base price comes in at $95,300. And the only option on this one is the paint. Destination comes in at $1995 with a total price of $97,790. And then here are the Feely Common numbers off to the side. Now, in case you're wondering, the AT4 Ultimate is going to cost $17,605 more compared to the standard AT4. And I will be honest with you guys, that's a big price jump because that is including the 6.2 liter for the regular AT4. Now, on the front end, you guys see they did restyle it, and you probably saw the animations on the headlights. They have active grille shutters behind the grille, and they do give you that bronze color like they do on the AT4X pickups. There is a front camera, AT4 badge right here. And then down below, they give you like this, it's not chrome, it's like a satin finish, which is pretty nice, I would say. Red recovery hooks. And you guys see they have some skid plates. Looks like they are aluminum. And front parking sensors even went off to the side here. Full LED premium headlights and fog lights. They did restyle the projectors for 2025. And you definitely have better ground clearance with this new bumper as well. Now off to the side, let's take a quick peek at the suspension. Now, because you saw no options on this SUV, now you know air suspension comes standard. So you have the double wishbone independent front suspension, nothing new there. Fabric material for the liner, and then check out your tires. These are the exact same wheels and tires you're going to see on the regular AT4. I think this is where GM could have really got creative and maybe just gave it a black wheel or something a little bit extra on the tire, but same size. So these are the Goodyear Wrangler Territory ATs. It's going to be a 275/60/20. And if you care to see the capacity for the tire, it's going to be 2,679 pounds, 51 psi. Now here's a nice side view of it. No chrome. And I'm not sure if you guys even noticed, but they give you more of that bronze color right here. AT4 badge. Your mirrors have turn signals, cameras, and puddle lights down there. All the trimming around the windows is a gloss black. You have the smart key system for the front and rear doors. This one also has the power deployable running boards, and it has the perimeter lighting just below them so they can light up the ground at nighttime for you. That air suspension obviously is going to be on all four corners. Because this one has a 6.2 liter, it's going to have that recommendation for that premium fuel. Diesel will be available later in the year. And here's that rear. So they actually gave you that bronze right there. And then down below you have the dual exhaust with the quad tips. They do hide that hitch. Till I saw a slight redesign too. If you care to see those animations, they do it back here as well. They hide that windshield wiper, which makes it look a little bit cleaner back here. You have two cameras, one for the rear view mirror and then for backup. And then you have a 120 volt power plug. You have your power seats. It takes about 5 seconds for them to drop too. And I don't know if you guys even noticed, it dropped the headrest for you as well. And you should be able to do this at the driver's seat as well. You can drop down the second row. You can't put them back up though. That's something that sucks. A little bit of storage below the floor. Tie downs, and then if you want to put this down, just push the button. It's easy. Now here's that paint in the shade. Let's go ahead and check out the powertrain. Nothing really changed for the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. It's going to have 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, also 10-speed transmission behind it. Now, obviously, if you want that max horsepower and max torque, you're going to have to burn premium. So when they say recommend it, it's only recommended for all the cheap people out there that don't want to burn premium. So you're going to reduce those horsepower and torque numbers. I don't really know what they are without premium fuel, so I figure you'll probably lose maybe 10% ballpark. I mean, I could be a little low, could be a little bit more than that. So let's go ahead and check out why this thing is so expensive. This is the main reason why you would jump over to a AT4 Ultimate over the regular one. If you don't know, if you haven't watched my last videos, the regular AT4 has a green interior. It's not like a jarring green, it's just very subtle. It almost looks black. But this is why you're gonna pay literally $17,605 more, because simply you have this interior. Now obviously the regular AT4 in theory is only about $10,000 less, because if you got to have the power deployable running boards, if you got to have the twin panel moonroof and all these extra options, they all kind of come in a package, so it does reduce that price point a lot. So $10,000, I don't know, if you didn't like the green, this may be the way to go. And this does have real leather seating, by the way. So on the door, look at this huge wood trim piece. You can feel how porous it is too. And also they have some piano black, and they have like this dark silver color here. Seat memories, auto up and down for the front windows, auto down for the rear. You have power folding mirrors, no surprise there. Red stitching, all this is soft touch. And down below, a little bit of storage. This does have the Bose Performance Series, 18 speakers, by the way. And this is the other reason why the Ultimate makes more sense, is because you have the 16-way seats with the massagers right here. It also has the bolstering and shoulder support too. There's some of your speakers in the headrest right there. Also on this one, it has Super Cruise and the power steering column. Some of your controls on the side, electronic parking brake right there. You have your 360 camera, parking sensors next to it, auto stop start. Down below you have traction control, downhill assist, and then this is a self parking, lane keep assist right there. Here's your 4-wheel drive system with your drive modes, all your lighting controls, and then you have your trailer brake if you plan on towing. On the dash here, all this is finished in leather. You have this white stitching, so you have white and red stitching on the interior, and yeah, it just looks really good. Even right here, this is wrapped in leather too. You have a screen here, I believe this is an 11-inch, 16.8-inch display right there. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. 16-way seat on this side as well. This is the button you're going to use to turn on the massagers, and they use this toggle here to pretty much set up what you want. And I'll show it to you in a second. But on the dash, look at how nice the leather is on this dash here. More of that white stitching, another big wood trim piece, more leather. Down below, hard plastics, storage, more leather. And then here's another look at these seats. You have that white piping, looks really, really good. AT4 badge. Now there is no grab handle on this side. They do provide a AT4 badge up top here, and if you push there, a little bit of storage. Here's that center armrest. Nice graphic in the center there too. Now up here, you can slide this, and I'll show it to you when I turn it on. Out back here, these seats do slide forward and back. They give you the AT4 Ultimate kick plate, front and rear too, by the way. But yeah, this interior is definitely better when you compare it with the regular AT4. They do provide the grab handles in the rear. These screens do come standard. And then they do provide a screen here for your climate and seating. I had to turn on the power, but yes, you can control the seats back here. And this also allows you to control the fan and the temperature. You have HDMI, Type-C, USB, and power plug. I do have that seat down. But in the rear, they do provide a Type-C USB on each side. A little bit of storage with a cup holder. And those seats still have that same piping stitching as you see on the second and first rows. So yeah, they don't cheap out back there. Still perforated leather. And it's pretty tight, I would say. But this seat's all the way back, for example. So yeah, I mean, it's not that big in here, but I mean, you can slide these seats and get really comfortable. There's two cup holders right there, and here's that roof with the twin panel. Sport pedals do come standard on AT4 Ultimate. They are an option for the regular AT4. They did restyle the steering wheel for 2025, so it's a little bit thicker. Here's some of your controls on here. You have a gear limiter, Super Cruise, adaptive cruise control. You can turn that on and off by holding this button down. Heated steering wheel buttons right there, and then this button controls that screen. Push button start right there. Nice design. And let's go ahead and go through some of these menus. Let's go ahead and get started with this by showing the 360 camera. Now with this one here, I like how they restyled this. It's pretty easy and straightforward. So if you want to see down the side, this is really good for off-road, but it's also good for parking. If you're not great with parking these big SUVs, this will help to show you where you are within the lines basically. And you can see a bird's eye view front and rear on this side. If you don't want the bird's eye view on, you can turn it off too on this side. That way you have a more full screen. But if you're hooking up to a trailer, that would be useful for that. And you can see forward just like that. Putting it back in park, that screen goes away. Vehicle status might be something that you might want to see too, because with vehicle status, they do put your trip information over here. So if you hit trip, you have your trip information for your drive, current trip, basically showing your fuel economy, engine hours, fuel economy. Now if you want your trip information over here, you can see that it's right there. I'm going to remove it, and you can put it back over there if you like. And so that's how you do that, by hitting add to driver display basically. Go back to home, it takes you to this menu. Now if you put your Apple CarPlay up here, you can have your audio playing on this side, and on this side, if you want, you can have full navigation. That wasn't available last year, I believe. Your caution lights are right there. And settings, that might be something worth knowing where it's at, so I would probably want to put that up there too if this was my SUV. But let's hit this button. This is very important because you can control your power running boards. Also, your universal garage door opener is in here. You have up to 8, and heads-up display can be controlled. So heads-up display is right there. So if you want to turn that on or off, you can do that by just pushing that button down below. Your climate control has hard buttons still, but if you want your seat controls, you do have to use the screen to get those up. Heated and ventilated, obviously. They do give you these covers right here. And I personally like covers. I hate seeing open storage personally. You can see that wood trimming. And as I said earlier, if you slide this back, you have a spot here for the ladies, your purse. My wife would definitely love this. And extra hidden storage right there. And I just pretty much use this to slide that. You guys see your 4K camera right there. And your twin panel moonroof has all the controls. LED interior lights, and as I say, you can actually drop those seats, put them back up, just from the driver's seat. Vanities, they do give you a warm white light. And yeah, there's a lot to this thing. I could spend probably an hour just going through this screen here. By the way too, I forget, they do give you the settings right off to the side there, and that way you can take time and really go through here, set up a few things. Something that most people might like to set up is like the reverse tilt for the mirrors or the remote mirror folding. So if you turn this on, when you go to lock the SUV, it will fold in the mirrors automatically for you. Also, I don't like chimes, so you can actually turn that all the way down if you like. And something else is climate and air control, so you can have your seats come on automatically, whether it's in the summertime or the winter time. And yeah, if you want split screen, you have this too. You can edit what you see here. You hit the pencil, and if you want your trip information in there, you can do that. That's how I got there, right here. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. If you plan on putting this in your business name or towing a trailer, these numbers might be important to you. 3,700 pound gross axle weight rating out front. The rear is 4,300 pounds. Gross vehicle weight rating is 7,600 pounds. The wheels are 20 by 9 wide. And then if you care to see the payload and towing capacity, it's right here on this sticker. And yeah, there's a yellow sticker showing the tire pressure. 1,451 pounds is not bad for a decked out SUV like this. It has pretty much every option you can get. By the way, it does have electronic limited slip diff in the rear. I forgot to mention that. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. My humble opinion is, for 10,000 more with a comparable regular AT4, this might be a little overpriced. I feel as though they should have done something a little bit extra for the wheels, maybe the tires. I don't know. I think that the manufacturers are really pushing these prices up, and they're not giving us a ton of extra. As I said earlier, if you push the button on the seat, it will turn on the massage function. If you use the arrows left and right, you see there, you have low, medium, high, and you have 5 different settings. So you have roll, need, wave, relief, and glide. And as I said earlier too, you do have a back bolster. So for the top of the seat, you can actually pull that in and make it a little bit tighter. Lumbar can be adjusted up and down, in and out. And you do have your upper shoulder support too that you can push in and out too. You can see that it shows you the arrows on how to control that. See you guys soon.